Webmasterradio.fm proudly presents the longest-running program on affiliate marketing. Welcome to Affiliate Buzz. Our hosts, James and Arlene Martell, are here to inspire, inform, and motivate you with expert insight, interviews, and information that will increase your bottom line. Advance your affiliate marketing efforts every week on Affiliate Buzz. Now, please welcome James and Arlene.
Hi, it's James Martell here. Welcome to another edition of the Affiliate Buzz. It's great to have you with us. Yes, I'm here with Arlene, and today we're going to be talking about notable online stats for 2013. I've been doing a little bit of reflecting on what's gone on over the past year and had a look through my notes and have been embroiled a little bit in looking at stats online. I thought it was a great conversation to talk a little bit about I believe this week, Facebook and YouTube. Next week, we'll talk about a couple other internet giants as it relates to their growth, because, of course, that does trickle down to all of us as affiliate marketers and merchants, advertisers, OPMs, and the like. Now, before Arlene joins us, just a reminder that if you have questions or comments at any time, you can visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/GotBuzzed. Arlene, good afternoon.
Hey, James. Hey, I was just going to say, you sent me over these stats earlier, and I have to say, we always knew that social media was huge, but when you showed me these stats, it actually kind of blew me away.
Yeah, it is quite something to see what's going on. I recall way back in 1999, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, when we kicked off the Affiliate Buzz, and into 2004, I mean, we've always had this conversation of how the internet is growing from year to year, and we've talked about the boom in online shopping and the growth of high-speed internet as factors as to why this is going in such a way. We talked about consumer trust and confidence in online shopping, and if you recall back in the early days, people were very, very nervous to pull out their credit cards, and I guess there's probably a little bit of that still, but I don't think probably anything worth even worrying about.
You know, all of the shopping I've done so far for Christmas, I've done everything online. I've bought nothing in the store. But my mom, on the other hand, she won't pull out her credit card if her life depended on it. So there you go.
To shop online. Yeah. It's well, there's still some holdouts. I know Richard, who's the bartender up at the little Sawbucks pub that I frequent. It was only in this last year that he actually made his first online purchase, and he just celebrated his 50th birthday not too long ago, and he too. So I guess there are the holdouts, no doubt about it. But the absolute sheer growth from year to year back then was into the double digits, 12, 15, 20%, sometimes higher. And I was looking at the stats. I had to look around and looked at TechCrunch, and they recently stated, and I was kind of wondering how the growth was comparing to 10 years ago. And TechCrunch said 1.9 billion was the overall online sales for Thanksgiving and Black Friday in 2013. Up over 18.5% from 2012. And I think any business out there, if it averaged growth of 18.5%, would be absolutely thrilled. But we're talking an average of 18.5% over the previous year, which was, of course, 2012. Isn't that amazing?
That's huge. That's absolutely huge.
And I think you're probably a good example of this. You haven't been one that's done a lot of shopping online, only up until recently. I mean, I remember just a few years ago, you were still doing all of the shopping in the mall. I don't think, if I was to think back 3-4 years ago at Christmas time, I don't think you did any shopping online.
No, but I have to say, I do enjoy going to the mall, even when it's crazy with people. I enjoy it. This year, I've just been too busy. I got so much on my plate right now, and I just said, I know what I need. I went online, bought it. It all showed up at the house. I have to say, it was very refreshing.
Well, my office, I can look out. I see the driveway right in front of us, and I'm the guy that gets to see the courier truck show up. And I saw FedEx one day. I saw UPS the same day. And there was only one day I saw two of them. But I've been seeing a pretty steady courier arrive, I guess, I don't know every day, but every other day at least for a week now.
Yeah. No, it's been great. I love it.
Now,
and it's fun to open those boxes when they come, too, because it's almost like Christmas for me. Because when the box arrives, like, oh, it's a present for someone. I wonder who it's for. I get to open it and then put it away until it's time to wrap it.
So the reason, and this is important to us as affiliates, because, of course, our customers, or the people referring to our merchants, our visitors, they're experiencing the same type of thing. And let me ask you, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but I would predict in the next 3 years you'll be saying yes to this as well. But TechCrunch also said that mobile traffic grew to 39.7% of all online traffic, also a whopping increase of 34% over Black Friday of 2012. So that's what they're saying. There's 39.7% of online traffic made their purchase using their mobile phone. And I don't even have to ask you. I don't think. Did you make any purchases through your phone?
No, no. I'm not really phone technical, but you know what? I look at Justin and Shelby, and they don't even have home phones. Their phones are their lifeline to everything, and they do everything on there.
Oh, they go to concerts. They buy their tickets online. They do all their shopping on their phones.
Yeah.
They hardly they've got tablets, so I guess there's another mobile device.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great representation of what's going on. It's so amazing to see this growth. 10 years later, we're still into the double digits. I mean, 18.5% for Thanksgiving and Black Friday. That's incredible. And then you take a look at mobile traffic, grew 39.7%. I think one of the things I think is probably worth noting is it's a good idea to take kind of a mental snapshot of where we're at online. We are really living in an era that our grandkids and their grandkids are going to be looking back on as the emergence of the internet. I mean, the first 10 years was a little bit rocky, but these last couple years, it seems to be all just gelling and coming together. And those of us who make our living online, and those of you who are working on developing online businesses as affiliates and as internet marketers, I don't think it could be a more exciting time. What do you think?
No, absolutely, absolutely. It's again, for us, to see the growth is amazing, and we're right in the middle of it. And I'm totally looking forward to the next few years with our online business.
The trend is the growth trend is clearly up, and up. And here we are in 2013. So, a year from now is going to be here before we know it. And it'll be interesting to see if these stats still continue to hold. And I have a feeling that we've always seen the hockey stick curve that kind of goes up. I still think we're sitting down at the bottom of that curve. I think maybe we've turned the corner a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I still believe, the malls are pretty full. They're not as full as they used to. But there's going to come a time, because of, as you mentioned, convenience. People are busier. What about selection?
Oh, my gosh. Well, one of the presents I bought for Brooke, I bought it online. I knew what she wanted, and it actually said not available in stores. So, and I actually bought it from Walmart.ca, and it said not available in stores. So I know that the selection is even better online.
What was and I noticed you said one of the gifts. What have you bought? What did you buy?
Well, it's a little Bubble Guppy's bath doll. And it's the cutest little thing, and its hair changes color when you put it in the bath. Perfect for a 3-year-old. It's the top of her list. Oh,
I'm sure she'll be absolutely thrilled. So let's do this. I can see we are coming up against a break. I have some stats here that I'd like to talk about for Facebook and YouTube. Next week, we're going to talk about a couple of the other giants, Google and Twitter, and we'll also talk a little bit more about mobile next week. But what I'd like to do after the break is come back and let's explore and let's really think through what in the world is going on with Facebook and YouTube. Because again, these two properties, these internet giants, are really changing the game. And Google is great, and we're, of course, huge Google fans, and we've made our income off Google for many, many years, and thanks to natural search traffic and the ability to compete head-to-head even with the big guys. But there are some other players that are on the scene now, Facebook and YouTube as well. Of course, YouTube is owned by Google, that we can also be taking advantage of if we're adding them to our marketing mix. So let's do this. We're up against the break. We'll be right back to talk about Facebook and YouTube.
More Affiliate Buzz coming up after we hear from our sponsors.
Why do over 15,000 small businesses love working with Infusionsoft? Because we believe in people and their dreams. We empower entrepreneurs, and our groundbreaking tools help small businesses grow and thrive. We listen. We care. We serve our customers, and we do what we say we'll do. We're always trying to find new ways to innovate and to improve our all-in-one sales and marketing platform. Most of all, from email to e-commerce, we help small businesses like yours succeed. Go to Infusionsoft.com/radio to watch a free product demo. That's Infusionsoft.com/radio.
Guys, are you suffering from FD, fulfillment dysfunction? Let MoldingBox.com's online portal system for inventory, tracking, and returns perform for you. We have the enormous tools you need for complete warehousing, shipping, and handling of all your packages, no matter the size or shape, directly to your customers. MoldingBox.com can also fulfill all your nourishing, nutraceutical, and smooth skincare product desires, including green coffee and Garcinia on demand. Plus, let our in-house printing and CD, DVD manufacturing help you enlarge and maximize your coaching and business opportunity potential. We do everything. Fulfillment, shipping, tracking, inside and out, and all in one place. MoldingBox.com. It's shipping made sexy.
I'm John Ball, and I'm one of the founders of Page One Power. Page One Power is a custom link building firm based in Boise, Idaho. We increase search rankings and web traffic for world-class brands and mom-and-pop shops all around the globe. Our link building strategies work because we focus on relevancy and quality, and we don't outsource anything. Our in-house staff of professional writers and researchers is the best in the industry. We're the link builders you've been looking for. Visit us today at pageonepower.com.
This is Maria Retan, host of Purse Strings, and happy holidays to all of you out there who listen regularly to the program, and those of you who maybe haven't found the program yet. Wish you a very blessed Christmas season and a very, very happy New Year.
From webmasterradio.fm, happy holidays!
Time now to hear some more Affiliate Buzz on webmasterradio.fm. Here's James and Arlene.
Yes, I'm here with Arlene, and we're talking about notable online stats for 2013. And I must say, this year, it seems like, bam, it is over. Isn't it something how quickly this year went?
I'm always amazed. You see, before it's December before you know it, and you just wonder, where did this year go? It's amazing.
It seems to me it was yesterday we were talking about this thing called Y2K, and now we're talking 13 years ago that came and went, and here we are in another whole decade. Now, let's talk a little bit about Facebook for a second. Of course, I would imagine most listeners, if not all listeners, or the very high majority of listeners, have Facebook accounts. Yeah. And some of them are very active in the personal side of Facebook with friends and family. And some are also active in the business side of Facebook. And in your particular case, you're hilarious because you were not a Facebook fan at all until all of a sudden we have had a granddaughter, our first granddaughter, Brooke, and all of a sudden you are now a Facebook on the personal side. You're probably in there. In fact, I know you're in there at least every day. Yeah. But what do you use Facebook for?
Because everybody in our family posts pictures of their kids and what they're doing, and all my brothers and sisters and all our cousins and their kids, and it's totally bonded me back to the family again. Even the people that live 5-6 hours away that we don't get to see very often. Now I know what's going on in their lives and their kids' lives, and I think it's very exciting, very exciting. And we hear the announcements of pregnancies on Facebook. We don't get a phone call; we get it on Facebook.
It's true, and you mentioned the kids, your brothers and sisters' kids, your nephews and nieces, my cousins and their kids, who they live in other provinces or they live in the interior, and we don't get to see them. Even every year we don't get to see them. No. So you're right. All of a sudden, the whole family is interconnected, and we can now all see each other, and we chat. And this is one of the primary things that people are doing online. I was looking at some stats. 39% of the Facebook users use it primarily to connect with friends and family. So we do a lot of presentations sometimes to local business owners, and we talk about the shift from the traditional methods of advertising, such as the local newspaper, and we look at the yellow pages, which unbelievably ended up on our doorstep. They delivered another one, and I can't believe these things are still being delivered. But it showed up on our doorstep. I don't know if you put it in the recycling or even where it went, because nobody uses it around here. No. But what's happened, all the people that were looking at the more traditional forms of media and using things like the regular old telephone have now all shifted, of course, online. One of the major places that they've gone, or we've gone as a society in Canada and US and UK and around the world, is Facebook. And some of the interesting and notable stats for 2013 as it relates to Facebook is, again, here we go with the increase over the previous year, but Facebook now boasts an astounding 1.19 billion active users, which is a full increase of 18% over the previous year. So here we are again into the high double digits, 18% increase over the previous year. So I think your story of how you've connected on Facebook and how you were not really using it too much at all early. In fact, I don't even think you had a Facebook account. And then all of a sudden, now you were on there every day. How much time would you think you spend on Facebook in a day?
Actually, I don't spend a lot of time. What I do is I just go through all the lists and see what's new and current. I'm not a big poster unless it's really important, but I probably spend a good 10, 15 minutes a day.
Which is amazing, because considering you didn't use it at all to now 10, 15 minutes a day is a great increase. Here's another stat. A whopping 728 million people log on to Facebook every day, representing a 25% increase over 2012. So imagine that. Imagine having a website where you've got 728 million people logging on to your website every single day.
Mind-boggling, yeah.
And seeing a growth of 25% over the previous year. I don't think anybody would be upset to see that kind of growth. Yeah. Here's another one. And I think this one is another indication that affiliate marketers and internet marketers of all kinds, those who are looking to drive traffic and revenue online, need to be seriously looking at Facebook if you're not already. Here's a stat. 16 million business pages were created as of May 2013. That's the latest stat we could get. An increase from 8 million, 100% increase from 8 million the year prior. So we're talking 100% increase in the number of business pages being created on Facebook.
Right, and I think businesses are finally recognizing they really got to get their stuff online like this.
Absolutely, and as affiliates, and when we say business, we're talking to us, the affiliates. Yeah. Sometimes we look at affiliates, don't think of themselves as small business owners, but of course you are. You're a small business owner. Here's a final stat on Facebook before we. I think we're probably going to get up against the break before we talk about YouTube. But here's another. Just try to get your head around this one. This is just like mind-boggling. And in all four of these stats, by the way, too, the source is directly from Facebook itself. So Facebook users are uploading a whopping 350 million photos every day. Can you imagine that?
No, it's unreal.
Has 350 million new photos. That's like everybody in Canada and the U.S. uploading a photo every single day.
People just have their little smartphones there. They take a picture and then bang, they load it to their Facebook account immediately.
You bet. And this doesn't count Instagram. This is just pure Facebook uploads into. They actually ran the stats. The average Facebook users, if you were to average it all out, has 221 photos online. And
well, except for Shelby, she's got way more than that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, she tips the scale definitely in her favor for sure. It's quite something to watch. It's to watch the growth. So let's do this. I can see we are up against the break. When we return, we're going to dig into YouTube. Also, some absolutely astounding numbers. What's going on with YouTube? We'll do that after the break.
More Affiliate Buzz coming up after we hear from our sponsors.
And the bits.
There are many things we would love to catch. Catching the final out of a baseball game.
And that's the ball game.
Reeling that big catch of the day. Or catching a ride home.
Taxi!
How about catching more attention like the biggest retail brands on earth? Introducing Catchy.com, where they sell short-branded attractive.com domain names. Use a short and catchy brand, just like Sony, Visa, and Nike for your next business venture. You can even rent to own for as low as $100 a month. Catch a big break for your business with Catchy.com.
Oh yeah, my day is done. Time for happy hour.
You're already done for the day?
Yeah, because I use CertifiedKnowledge.org. Their PPC tools literally save me hours every day.
How do you keep on top of all of Google's new features?
Easy. With Certified Knowledge, their interactive learning modules keep me up to date. And if there's something I don't know, I can watch their video lessons without having to hunt around the Google Help files.
Great. I'm ready to expand my knowledge.
Hi, I'm Brett Geddes. I'm the only leader officially supported by Google to teach the advanced track of the AdWords Seminars for Success. I personally recommend CertifiedKnowledge.org as your one-stop shop for all your PPC needs.
Learn, optimize, connect. Be smart. Go to CertifiedKnowledge.org now.
Building better search engine rankings takes the right formula. Tracking those rankings is super simple. All you need is AuthorityLabs.com. Authority Labs uses automated daily rank tracking tools to monitor your site's performance or leverage their API to build your own tools. No matter what animal-labeled algorithms affect your ranking, you should be using Authority Labs. Unlimited users for no additional cost and white labeling can help keep your clients updated and save countless hours of creating reports. Whether you're running sites with just a few or millions of keywords, what you need is AuthorityLabs.com.
Hi, this is Shauna from Ecom Experts, and happy holidays. Remember to work on fresh content, even though this may be your busiest time of the year. Content, content, content. Happy holidays.
From all of us to all of you, webmasterradio.fm, wishing you happy holidays and a prosperous new year.
Time now to hear some more Affiliate Buzz on webmasterradio.fm. Here's James and Arlene.
Yes, I'm here with Arlene, and we're talking about notable online stats for 2013. And let's dig in now, Arlene, if we could, into a little bit of YouTube. I pulled some stats, in most cases here, directly from YouTube themselves. They are now boasting 1 billion users who are visiting their video sharing website every single month. I know I'm a big one of them. YouTube is probably one of my very favorite sites, if not my favorite site. And which equates to nearly 1 out of every 2 people on the internet are visiting YouTube on a monthly basis. Here's another absolutely astronomical, try to get your head around this one stat. 6 billion hours of videos were watched in March of 2013, the most recent stat. So that's 6 billion hours of video in 1 month, March 2013, which was a 50% increase when compared to August 2012, so about 6-7 months before that, 50% increase when it was around 4 billion hours a month, and May of the same year, May of 2012, which was 3 billion. So it grew from 3 billion in May of 2012 by another billion to 4 billion by August, and then by March of the following year, which is this year, another 50% increase to 6 billion hours of video. Again.
It's amazing.
Just so hard to get your head around.
Yeah, well, you know what I find, though, is, they hold hands with Facebook. I find that a lot of the YouTube videos I watch are things that get posted on Facebook, and I say, hey, that looks interesting, and I'll click on it and bang, I'm over in YouTube watching a video.
That's true. The ability to share content these days is just it's another one of these areas. Note to self, note to anybody listening, that these types of sites, if we're not paying attention to them, we're going to get left in the dust when it comes to that. Or at the very least, we're leaving money on the table, to put it absolutely mildly.
Yeah.
Here's another stat. YouTube reaches more U.S. adults between the ages of 18 and 34 than any cable network.
Wow.
And YouTube is now the second largest search engine. They're bigger than Bing, Ask, and Yahoo combined.
Yeah.
So
they're big.
Whopping
you
growth.
Want to be there.
Yeah, we all definitely want to increase our presences on both Facebook and YouTube. It seems.
Sorry, James. I was going to say, you know what I really noticed this year about YouTube is when you're doing just a Google search for something, so many Facebook listings are showing up in the top 10 search results now.
True. Very true. Google's blended results have really come on strong. And very, very nice for you to point that out. Of course, when we do a Google search these days, depending where we are, for a local search, we'll see the local search results, the places pages. We'll see the natural search results, which will be made up of course, websites and web pages, but also YouTube videos, Facebook listings, Yelp listings. And these are all opportunities for all of us to expand our reach online, and something that really should be considered. You factor that with the ability for the content to be shared. I know I use Skype a lot. I am always saying, hey, check this video out. And I'll post it in Skype and send it over to a friend of mine. Or, hey, I'm on YouTube and I'm going to share the latest Matt Cutts video from Google with maybe the gang from the School of Internet Marketing. So the ability to have content that is easily shared, I think, is something that we should all be thinking about for 2014. Because this is just where everything is going. The ability to have content that is interactive and intriguing to the point where people are starting to share it, then we really can get some legs under the content.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's if we take a look ahead. I mean, I don't know where this whole internet will be 20 years from now, but people are going to be looking back on this era. We had the decade of the 90s, which was definitely very early on and not a lot going on, and extremely Wild West and really low speed connections. Then we get into the first decade of this century, from 2001 to 2010, and we experienced it. We had the opportunity to be a part of it and to kind of live in the middle of it, at least from the affiliate marketing perspective, but just in the internet marketing area, and just kind of seeing the whole growth of everything just kind of lift. And then as we pass 2010 now into 11, 12, 13, and as we move into 14, and goodness knows 2020 will be here before we know it. One thing I've noticed, the older I get, the faster things seem to go. You got to wonder, what, and this is something that I've thought about, and I challenge listeners to think about this as well. When people are looking back they'll probably say the good old days of internet marketing, or I already actually get this. People say, do you remember when it was back in 2003 and 4 and 5? Do you remember that? Or some people had their great years in 2008 and 9. They'll say, do you remember 2000? There's going to be a time in the not too distant future where people are going to be looking back on this entire era when things were kind of forming and morphing and evolving into this internet. They're going to be looking back and saying, those were the good old days. But the question, I guess, is what is your story going to be? And what is our story going to be? And are we going to be an observer, or are we going to be a highly successful participant? Are we going to get really engaged in this? And one of the things I'd like to challenge listeners for 2014 is to really start to put the plan in place to make 2014 your best year ever. It's a very interesting time, and thinking about what your story will be 10 years from now and 20 years from now as it relates to the internet. Will you be an observer or a highly successful participant? It's a really good question, and it's one really worth pondering. I know in the next episode of The Buzz next week, we're going to talk about a couple of additional giants, internet giants, and have a look at their stats. We'll probably talk about a few of the students that we've seen this year that have just skyrocketed and what they're up to. But it's these stats are not only impressive, I find them very inspiring, and I find this to be such an exciting time to be involved online, even with the ups and downs and the turmoil and the things forming. Kind of reminds me of what the Earth must have been like when the mountains were thrusting through the crust and things were coming together. The internet's a little bit like that, so there's a little bit of a turmoil, but there's sure a lot of beauty that comes out of it. Arlene, I can see we are out of time. New episodes of the Affiliate Buzz can be heard every Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Pacific. You can access the archives for our previous shows on webmasterradio.fm, jamesmartell.com, and on iTunes. Arlene, thanks so much. And to our listeners, thanks for listening to another edition of the Affiliate Buzz.
This has been a presentation of webmasterradio.fm, the world's largest business-to-business radio and podcast network. We welcome you to sample past episodes of this program, as well as our complete library of programs, on demand or on the air via our 24/7 live audio stream at www.webmasterradio.fm. The opinions expressed on this program are those of the guests and hosts and do not necessarily reflect those of webmasterradio.fm's management or sponsors. Any rebroadcast or redistribution without authorized consent of webmasterradio.fm is prohibited.